Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Electric Bison. This morning, I noticed that the leaders of the Democratic Party are saying that the Republicans' response to their 10 guardrails that they asked to be put up on the ICE officers so that fewer people are killed and there's less disruption. They got a response that had no detail, no specifics to it. Now that means a lot. That's an old game in politics. It's called talking to the hand, right? I just had that experience myself yesterday. I had written a letter to President Trump. In fact, I don't think I've ever written to the President of the United States because we've always had such good congressmen and senators here in Montana. They always, did their best, I felt, within their resources. But the four that we have now are empty suits. I mean, I'm being kind. I really am. And the worst, of course, is our Senator Daines, who he's not only obstructionist, he's very dangerous. He's the guy that took the chainsaw to the country, really, by reducing the income to our country by $1.5 trillion at least, by reducing the tax base, including the taxes on his apartment, or his office building in Bozeman that he owns with our governor, Gianforte. In other words, he's disingenuous would be the kind word. He's a liar would be the correct word, just like President Trump. Let's call it what it is. Anyhow, I had my chance to talk to the hand here. I wrote a 3-page letter. I was pretty proud of it, laying out why I thought President Trump would actually benefit personally, maybe get a Nobel Prize by signing on behalf of the United States to the treaty prohibiting nuclear weapons. 95 countries have already signed that treaty and 74 have ratified it. And then I went on to explain my thinking and the thinking of others that in the time it takes for our Senate to ratify the treaty, which would be quite some time probably, given how long it's taken for ratification of the Law of the Sea Treaty, still not ratified, and that keeps us from having access to rare earths and other critical minerals. But anyhow, that's the way the Senate operates, even in its best of times. And I explained the sequence of events that would cause the other 9 nuclear powers, the other 8, Israel, North Korea, China, Pakistan, India, France, and England, and of course Russia, to also sign after we broke the ice. And that's why I think it's such a big, I sincerely think that's such a big change that the president could cause in international affairs. It'd be comparable to a UN. It'd be huge, because all the other nuclear powers would, in their time, over time, begin to restrict their own warheads using this already built or already designed treaty. So I put a lot of thought into it. I sent the letter to him by snail mail. I sent it by email. And then I made references to it in Instagram posts to Machado when she met with the president, and to his key inside advisor, Stephen Miller, the guy that he always listens to. But here's the answer that I finally got. I was kind of excited. I don't know what I expect, but I got 2 letters now, apparently. Well, it says, thank you, dear Colonel Driscoll. Thank you for taking the time to share your ideas related to legislation and public policy. Nuclear warfare is a very specific area, very specific. My administration is actively working with Congress to swiftly make good on our America First agenda. Am I surprised? Every day, I'm fighting to fulfill our promise to the American people to deliver secure borders, safe communities, more jobs, low costs, and the return of common sense to government. Well, he didn't say anything about a chicken in every pot. No, he didn't do that. or $2,000 to each of us. He was more general. Together, we're implementing our pro-worker, pro-family, pro-freedom agenda at record speed. Wow. I value hearing from the American people as we work with Congress to advance the interests of our nation and our citizens. Okay? Thank you again for writing. May God bless you. I don't know. Coming from him? I'm thinking St. Peter's looking at his note cards right now. And may he continue to bless the United States of America. Well, we're living in a time where the good faith and credit of the United States of America has been replaced by the questionable faith and credit of Trump. And our congressional delegation has allowed that to happen. The statement that keeps resonating with me is the one that was made by Congressman Downey when I was, he avoided debates with me as the others do, except for Zinke. And all he would say was, let Trump be Trump. That's not right. Congress has to deal with this guy. But my original point is the letter I just read to you is an example of what Congress is taking for serious responses. It's called talking to the hand. It's unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable. And if I had a senator or a congressman that would do something that I had some sense of faith in, but we don't. We need to get rid of them. And next week is the 17th. That opens a 15-day window for filing for public office in Montana. And I hope that we get some good candidates. I know they're running in each of the 2 districts. I wish them well. I know there's a couple that have signed up against Daines, but already the vote from the Republican side in the primary is being split by 2 candidates, which is an old trick that he uses. And I'm concerned that the candidate that's backed by Senator Tester is going to split the vote that's available in the general election by running as an independent. That's already proven not to work. We saw that happen with Gary Buchanan. And whether you have been told to malign the Democrats or the Republicans, that's neither here nor there. The people that are in the party are what make those parties. And I really hope that we have some good, solid Democrats running in the Senate race against Daines, because I think he can be defeated. He's not done a very good job. And I would say I've been in the races. I've had people ignore me. And I apologize to the people that are brand new. But the best candidates we have to run for the Senate right now against Daines, if they don't split the vote, apparently this guy that's over in Missoula, that Tester thinks is great, which I'll trust his judgment on that, would be one if he would run and not split the vote. And then I think that Monica Tranel has done a terrific job as a candidate. She's raised in the eastern part of the state, run in the western part of the state. Is a really good, competent attorney. And I think that our former governor, Steve Bullock, if he came out of his personal life, which is asking a lot of people, but Bullock and Tranel and the gentleman over in Missoula that's been the president of the university would probably be really effective candidates. And then they would have to run and let us listen to what they have to say in the primary. And then we need to defeat Daines in the general election. End of story. No more talking to the hand, no more ignoring us, no more abusing our people. Thanks.